Hey, Sangriaz from the Novels here, and welcome to episode 16 of Sit Down with Sangriaz. As usual, I'm going to be going over the news of last week. That is a week of, let me see the calendar, May 19th through 25, and some of the Game Pass games that came out last week. And then I'll go over what the top 5 gamer score people have been playing. These are some of the older games, not the newest ones that I already covered in the podcast. And then the main portion of the episode is gonna be, of course, the games that are released and the DLC and updates and how long it takes to complete them. I'll talk up a little bit about each of the games. And then I will finish up with the upcoming games this week that I'm looking forward to. But actually, I'll just say it here. I don't have any, so we'll be ending up with the DLC and updates section this time. Alright, let's get to the news. So, for people who are following me, maybe they know that I completed every single ACA Neo Geo game on Xbox and Windows. And it took me a long time practicing some of them. Some of them I was already familiar with, like a Ninja Combat, a Magician Lord, some of these games. But there's like more than 100 games, and obviously I cannot be a master of every single game. So some of them, like Metal Slug 2, Cross Swords, I needed to practice quite a bit, maybe 15-20 hours before I actually was able to complete them. The time you see on my gamer card, like it's short because I practiced them on emulator. The reason I use the emulator is because I could do a save state and practice only the part that were giving me the troubles, and I don't need to keep trying to get to that point. If I had practiced on the Xbox or the Windows version, then I would have had to use. It does support save state, but it's not as convenient as like some of the emulators like MAME. So that's what I did. So after I was able to get the result that I wanted, I reproduced them on the Xbox and the Windows version. So I was able to do that much quicker. But anyway, the reason I talk about this right now is because they just announced they're going to be doing ACA 2 Neo Geo, which, even though they didn't say any titles and it's coming this summer, they didn't give a specific date. We are assuming that it's ACA 1 plus online capability. They said it'll add online, and that seems to be the only difference. It's an emulation plus online. And if you own the ACA 1 version, it's supposed to give you a discount. I don't know how much. I mean, if it's like more than 50%, I think that's pretty good. But they didn't specify how much discount. Not much details. As for me, I don't know. I suffered through ACA 1 enough that it's really going to depend on the achievement list, I think, and how much discount. If they are doing more than 50% discount, maybe like 75%, I'll probably buy it. If it's like 20%, 10%, very small discount, then the achievement list is going to have to win me over. But the problem is, I hate online, and the online is the only new thing they're adding. So I feel like many of the achievements, or like more than half of the achievements, are going to be online related. Like if it's like a fighting game, then win 10 matches or whatever. Then of course I can boost them, but do I really want to? I don't know. And maybe some of them will be like, play Metal Slug co-op and get 2 million points, and maybe that would mean that both the players have to be pretty good at the game. And no, I don't know. I need to set up the sessions. I need to find friends who can play these games well. It's too much of a hassle for me. I almost always prefer single player local experiences than online co-op or online PvP, that kind of things. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I guess if I decide not to play, I'm gonna lose the series completion. But it is what it is. After the Starfield 60 frame update dropped, player base increased by 72%. So I think it was a pretty big update. I didn't bother to go back and play the 60 FPS updated version of Starfield just yet. Mainly because I don't have a display that's really suited for 60 FPS. I just play whatever. I just enjoy the games. All right, but let me know if you went back and played it. What you think? What you thought about it? How is it better than your previous experience? Whatever. The Activision's new studio, Elsewhere Studio. I talked about it in the previous podcast. More information have been coming out about it, and 75% of the employees are from CD Projekt Red. And they've been working on a game for 2 years with the main designer being the Witcher 3's gameplay designer. There not much detail is known about the game or what kind of thing they're working on, and this in itself is kind of rumored. It's not exactly official news, but we'll see. I mean, how what kind of game they're working on. I mean, with Witcher 3's, I guess it's gonna be like action role playing something. If it's the same style of game, or it could be a totally different game. We don't know. Larian, the people who worked on Baldur's Gate 3 are now working on 2 new role playing games, and opened up a 7th studio in Warsaw to work on these games. Microsoft Copilot, which is like AI answering questions while you're playing games, is gonna come to console. So you can ask stuff like they demoed, you're playing Minecraft and you don't know how to create a pickaxe, for example. So you go, hey, how do you create a pickaxe? And they tell you the answer. So I think for simple stuff like that, it's quite useful, but I don't know how well it does if it gets more complicated. Like how helpful is this? I suppose the AI technology could get better and it could answer better, but I just don't know. I just don't know how well it does. I mean, for simple scenarios like the ones demoed, for sure it works. But what if it's a lot more complicated? We'll just have to wait and see until it launches and we can test it out for ourselves. Xbox Showcase is now officially announced for June 9th, and it'll be followed by a Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct. So Black Ops 6 is also confirmed. They're releasing a trailer for Black Ops 6 on May 28th. Alright, that's it for the news. Now on to Game Pass stuff. For Game Pass, last week was a pretty big one. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 released day one. Actually, all of the titles I'm going to be mentioning are day one releases. So I'll talk more about them in the full game section. But Hellblade 2, Hauntii, and Galacticare. These 3 games all released, and they're all day one. So I was very excited. I didn't have a chance to play any of them, but I'll be playing them very soon. So, with that, that's the end of Game Pass news. I will talk about it a little. I'll talk about each game a little bit more in the next section. What are the top 5 gamers playing? Let's go on to that. So the top 5 gamer section is where I talk about games that are a little bit older that you may have missed, but recently played by one of the top 5 gamer score people in the world. People like Redemption, Jimmy, Rifi, Siegfried, and I'm currently the number 5. So you're hearing a lot about the games I'm playing. But let's go over a few. So the Tesla Grey Remastered 2D platform action puzzle game that should take about 3 hours. Cladmaster has a guide on his channel. I believe I played the first game, Tesla Grad, and I really loved this. So I bought the remastered and the Tesla Grad 2, but I just haven't got to it yet. This reminded me, so I might play it soon. Football Cup 2022 is a soccer game that takes about 4 to 5 hours to complete. The funny thing about this one is that I completed it. I don't remember too much about it. I suppose it was easy, just time consuming. I think there's like 100 goals or something, and some of the stuff that are a little bit grindy that takes some time, but using two controllers or using like methods, very easy, I believe. I'm not a very good soccer game player, so if I completed it, it's probably very, very easy. Chance of Sanar was recently added to Game Pass, so I was looking out for that. But there was no walkthrough on True Achievement, and I couldn't really find a very good walkthrough. But fortunately, Welsh Hunter came through as usual with the guide that's about the video is about 3 hours long. I think the game takes about 4 hours, depending on like how you're following the video. But it should be like 4 to 5 hours to complete, and I look forward to playing this one. Tales from Candleport is a point-and-click adventure game. I think this is made by the people who made the Creepy Tales, so very similar gameplay. It should take about 1.5 hours to complete, and a guide is available on the Game Guides channel. Indica, also another adventure game. It's about a game that's like a nun, and it's kind of weird one from what I've seen. Takes about 3 hours, and Cloudmaster has a guide on his channel. So 5 games, 2 adventure, one like a soccer game, one platformer, and one Game Pass game. I think it's a good mix. So if you are interested about any of them, time to go check them out. I'm reminded about a few games myself, so I think I'll go back to them. Okay, here are the full releases of last week. As usual, I'm gonna be going chronological order of release, and here we go. Neptunia Sister vs. Sister is an action RPG game in the Neptune universe. Neptunia is a series that parodies the real-life gaming industry with characters that represent gaming consoles, companies, or games. I really enjoyed playing Neptunia Rebirth on PlayStation Vita, and I definitely look forward to playing this one. I picked it up right away and installed it. Just didn't have time last week. It should take about 35 hours to complete. Paper Trail is a top-down puzzle adventure about leaving home, set in a affordable paper world. You play as Paige, a budding academic leaving home for the first time to pursue her studies. On the journey, you learn to fold the world, merging two sides to solve puzzles, explore new areas, and uncover long-lost secrets. It should take about 3 hours to complete. Frederick Ma 45 Gaming has a guide on his channel. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is a Game Pass Day 1 release. It's a follow-up to Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. It is more of the same gameplay but with really amazing graphics. It should take about 8 hours to complete. Maka91 has a great guide on his channel. XDefiant is a free-to-play first-person online arena shooter where you compete in a fast-paced clashes. Achievement list seems pretty straightforward, and it should take about 25 hours to complete. While it's free to play, it's an online only game, so I'm probably going to give it a pass. System Shock is the fully fledged remake of the groundbreaking original from 1994, combining cult gameplay with all new HD visuals, updated controls, and an overhauled interface, and all new sounds and music. It seems like a pretty difficult completion, but I definitely want to try this one out myself. It is one of the classic FPS games that I just didn't get to way back then, way back when. So definitely want to try. The top gamer currently has 850 gamer score with 34 hours played. Ultra Foodmess 2 is the follow-up to Ultra Foodmess 1 Deluxe, and it's pretty much the same game. So grab your controller and you can bring up to 3 of your friends. You're going, tasty, chaotic, fun trip around the world. Everyone's favorite foods are back, and there's extra spicy, dashy ability to shake things up. Unlike the first one, this one doesn't seem to have any like really difficult achievement. It's just a little bit longer because more game and more things to do. It should take about 7 hours to complete. Doug's Nightmare is a twin stick shooter where you go through each level, which includes mini games, treasure chests, and a boss. Treasure chests contain skins and weapons that help in your journey. There's 8 levels, and a guide is coming soon to our channel. It should take about 2 to 3 hours to complete. Survive on Raft. A terrible plane crash took the lives of all the passengers and crew except for one. You survive in the middle of the endless ocean, and now you have to challenge fate and fight for your life. It should take about 15 hours to complete. Aurion, Legacies of the Kori-Odan. Play as the exiled king and queen of Zama. Travel and gather your Aurionic power to build a world where everyone will understand each other despite their differences. You'll have to fight and find your answers against centuries of hatred and selfishness. So far, 0 players have achievements unlocked in the game according to true achievements, which doesn't seem very likely. For a game that's released, usually, even if it's a very small player base, there's usually like 5 people that are playing. So I think the game's achievements might be broken, or it's unlikely, but there's very, very little interest in this game. The Mermaid of Zennor. Enter the enchanting and dark world of The Mermaid of Zennor, a visual novel inspired by the classic fairy tale of the same name, but set in modern-day England. In this game, you have only one choice to make, and each choice leads to a different ending. So you just need to make both choices for the completion. It should take about 2 minutes to complete, and a guide is available on our channel. Crown Wars: The Black Prince. The War of Crowns rage on. Knights and brigands run rampant through the land, sowing destruction. But an even greater evil is lurking and plotting in the shadows. At the helm of your domain, lead the fight against the forces of evil in this turn-based tactics and strategy game. The top gamer has 235 gamer score with 34 hours played. Hauntii is another Game Pass Day 1 release. Play as Hauntii, a naive but brave ghost on a relentless quest for answers. A mysterious race of glowing creatures known as Eternians guides lost souls to an ominous central tower where they appear to ascend to a higher plane. They look like angels, but no one really knows who they are nor where they came from. Top Gamer has 885 gamer score with 22 hours played. Rocket Rumble is a 1-to-4 player party racing brawler. Pick your favorite animal, blast off in a jetpack, and compete across 7 ever-changing obstacle courses. Top Gamer has 970 gamer score with 22 hours played. The only achievement that this person is missing is for getting 10 loot boxes, and I don't know if the loot boxes are extremely rare or if this is a broken achievement. Eternal Threads is a single-player, first-person, story-driven puzzle game of time manipulation, choice, and consequence. It should take about 8 hours to complete, and I believe I saw a guide for this game, but I don't remember on which channel. I googled for it. In Cat Pipes, rotate pipes to create a path and solve puzzles. There is Xbox and Windows Stack available. It should take about 40 minutes to complete, and a guide is available on our channel. Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, is a full 3D remake of the first game in the legendary Wizardry series of RPGs. Talked about this one quite a bit in the previous episode, and I'm a big fan of Wizardry, but I just haven't gotten to it. Anything that's lengthy, it's very hard for me to start up right away. Top Gamer has 760 gamer score with 22 hours played. Galacticare is the final Game Pass Day 1 release of last week. You are the director of Galacticare, manage your own interstellar healthcare company, and try to save the galaxy. Top Gamer has 820 gamer score with 22 hours played. Duck Detective The Secret Salami is a cozy mystery game about a down on his luck duck searching for answers in a sinister sausage-based conspiracy. Point-and-click adventure game that should take about 1.5 hours to complete. Guide is coming soon to our channel. Paper Dash City Hustle. Start an adventure as a courageous paper plane hunts evil ghosts across vibrant worlds. Soar through mystical forests and scary mansions, utilizing your flying skills and reflexes to shoot the ghosts. Okay, all these games seem to kind of blend together by this point. I'm playing the previous week's game, Paper Flight Future Battle, right now. They all seem very similar, but whatever. If this is what you like, go for it. It should take about 1.5 hours to complete, and a guide is coming soon to our channel. Hand in Hand is an atmospheric platformer with puzzle elements and split screen, where the player can control two characters at once, or two players can play in co-op mode on one device. This sounds pretty interesting. It sounds a lot like Brothers, but in 2D in platformer style, rather than like adventure. But I didn't try it just yet, but I'm planning to quite soon because I know I like platformer games. It should take about 4 hours to complete. The Glass Staircase. The player controls indentured servant girls Helen, Betty, Dorothy, and Margaret as they do their assigned chores in an empty mansion, following false promises of their freedom. However, three of the girls are gradually picked off by an unseen monster, leaving only Margaret remaining to escape. Top Gamer has 730 gamer score with 2 hours played. TP Bullet is a puzzle platformer game where you need to shoot your one shot to solve each puzzle and clear the level. It should take about 20 minutes to complete. Guide is coming soon to our channel. PuzzMiX. Mix it up through song and puzzles. A fresh, exciting music puzzle game featuring the muse Lola. This is another one of those Suika games. Top Gamer has 850 gamer score with 7 hours played. Delusion is an unusual puzzle game that tells a story about a beautiful world, full of life and colors, which changes beyond recognition after a series of unexplainable events had taken place. Achievement list is not available at the time of the recording, so I have no information about it at this time. Now that was it for the full releases. Let's go on to DLC and updates that released last week. Gems of War got a title update 42 for patch 7.5. It adds 4 achievements, 50 gamer score. Fluffy Milo got a title update too. 5 achievements, 1000 gamer score. Both Xbox and Windows version is now updated to 3000 gamer score. You need to beat each specified level in under specified time. Guide is available on our channel. Farland's Journey got a title update 1. Again, 5 achievements, 1000 gamer score. Both Xbox and Windows version updated to 2000 gamer score. You need to find a big gem in each of the first 5 levels. With this update, they also added infinite health, so it makes the game a lot easier than it used to be. A guide is available on our channel. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged got a DLC, Alien Encounters expansion pack, adds 3 achievements, 45 gamer score. As I mentioned in the opening, I don't have any upcoming games that I'm excited for this week. Pretty slow week, it seems. And so I'll end it here with the DLC and updates. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. If you enjoy this content, hit the like button so I can continue to make more. And leave some comments. The what you're playing. What you're looking forward to, what you want to see in this podcast, and like what you want to see as far as our contents go as well. I love to hear your thoughts. Uh, okay, so that's it. Thanks for listening. My name is Sangriaz, and I'll be signing off for now. See you next week in the next episode.